Hello, welcome back to another video of mine on YouTube. I'm just looking through the Sears Wishbook Canada Wishbook catalogs back in the day. I believe this is the 2003 version, or the 2003 Wishbook edition. And first we're seeing is the Kenmore, I think it's called Magic Blue. Yep, Magic Blue. I've seen this on TV back in the day, back when I was an older kid, turning young teenager. I think I might have been 13, 12, 13 when I first started seeing this kind of canister vacuum. It's simply put, it's a compact canister that has a turbine driven nozzle for your area rugs for carpets. And then you have a straight suction nozzle for bare floors. Back when I was a kid, when I was a sweet summer child, I had believed that turbine heads were really good at cleaning carpets. Meaning that since they had a brush roll, they could agitate and, do almost as well as a power head. And while they do somewhat of a decent job at cleaning carpets, they definitely clean carpets better than the straight suction nozzle. Though if you have carpets, especially like medium pile, deep pile carpets, any kind of pile of carpets, you want to get your carpets really clean. You want to get a canister that has a power nozzle. Kind of like these two, for example. Back in the day, if you were looking for a canister vacuum, you can get one that's $319.99 in Canadian dollars. It'd have a power head. It would have onboard attachments. It also had a so-called Handymate Junior to clean smaller areas. And I checked my Kenmore upright, which was based off a Panasonic design, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, the Handymate Junior for the canisters was indeed an air-driven nozzle attachment for your upholstery. Carpets, like hard reach areas, upholstery, stairs. And then the Power Mate Junior, this thing right here, was motorized, or is motorized, and that takes care of, again, hard to reach carpet areas, upholstery, stairs, even your car, and it does it way better. It does it way better because, again, it's a motorized, so the brush roll can be better, and plus it doesn't get bogged down as easily, and it's a much better option. Very nice premium option. And this canister had it, and this canister was $449.97. You might think that's expensive today. You might see some Kenmore canisters today, maybe $449.97. Trust me, it's kind of a bargain because there are canisters, other canisters like Riccar, Miele, Sebo. You can find there are canister vacuums still sold today. But your most budget-friendly option would probably be Kenmore because all the others are really expensive for some reason. But yes, I'm not sure why canisters are more expensive compared to uprights. I'm not sure. I mean, I do like both. I like uprights and canisters. I like uprights because they're it's one whole unit. You're moving around. It's very easy to clean carpets with them, bare floors and all that. But canisters, they're a bit more versatile. I mean, you can still clean your carpets, easily with them, but you also clean your bare floors. But they're also really good at doing above floor surfaces too because it's really easy. Just pop the hose off the wand and boom, you clean your above floor surfaces. And here's uprights too. Here's some of the upright selections, like this Kenmore upright. That was $99.99. That's a Panasonic design. And it's by no means a piece of crap. These were actually really decent machines for the price. So it was still a good bargain, and they were Panasonics. And so they were something you could take really good care of, and they would last you a long time. Here's a Eureka upright, $249.99. I've seen these on TV. And it's actually kind of funny. Sanitaire still makes and sells bagless commercial uprights that use this exact design here. They just don't call them Lightspeed. I forget what they call them. But they have bagged and bagless uprights that use this design. And the bagless designs use the same exact dirt cup design. It has that big cartridge filter in the center there, and that gets all plugged up and dirty, clogged up with dust. And you have to dump that out of the trash can. You have to take that out, bang that out of the trash can just to get rid of the dust. And I'm sure that's a hassle. And you might think, well, Phantoms, you probably would buy a Phantom. Well, this is 2003. Phantom went out of business. I think a year in the past. I can think at this time when they printed this catalog, the Phantom Technologies was out of business, and I think Europro took over. And their Phantoms sucked. Not in a good way. And here's Eureka's section. There's Super Light 2-in-1 bag with stiff vacuums, also previously known as the Eureka Super Brooms. Both are under the Boss name. So Eureka the Boss Bagless, Eureka the Boss. Yep, both called Eureka the Boss Bagless. One straight suction, one has a motorized nozzle. So that'd be like take your pick. If do you have mostly bare floors? Okay, then the blue one's a great option. Are you needing to do quick pickups for carpets as well as bare floors? Well, then option B is good. Now, this one, the Dirt Buster. I had this upright for a while. I wish I kept it. I had to sell it. I think I had to give it up or something because for some reason I forget. It was a nice little upright. They called it a stick vac, but I think it was more almost like an upright sort of way. It's a really neat design. Would love to find another one just like this one. I'd love to find one with all the attachments. It's a really interesting design that has the way the dirt cup design is. It's a very short path between the motor and the brush, the brush hole and the motor, like brush hole and fan. But it's a clean air design, so all the dirt goes in the dirt cup before it passes through the filter, so the motor doesn't get damaged, but it gets that airflow. It's a really interesting. It's a really interesting little stick vac. Oh, they call this one a stick vac too. Is it? Yeah, they call this one a bagless stick vacuum. It's technically an upright. Technically it's an upright, but it's a very lightweight, compact upright. I never had a wide track super light, but I've seen pictures of it, and I thought it was pretty interesting that there was a wide track super light. I don't think it was any more powerful than the standard Boss super light. But that would have been really cool if they made something that powerful. Black & Decker also did make a Dirt Buster hand vacuum. 6.7 amps. That is definitely a shark. That's definitely a shark competitor right there. Back then, this was back in the early 2000s. In case you remember the early 2000s, Shark was becoming a popular hand vacuum. And this is not Shark before this is before the Navigators, before the Rotators. This is before they started making upright, making vacuums to compete with Dyson. Back then, the company was called Europro, and they were making little hand vacuums, very cute little hand vacuums called Shark hand vacuums, and they were really popular. They were supposedly 5 amps, but they claimed to had the same suction power as a full size upright, or more suction power than a full size upright, and it was a hand vacuum. And so, when everybody else was starting to make hand vacuums to compete with Shark, and obviously this one, like obviously the Dirt Buster hand vacuum, apparently has a revolving brush nozzle on it. It has a single speed revolving brush nozzle. I'm not sure if that the brush nozzle is the one that revolves or not. And there's Eureka's 7 amp bagless hand vacuum. Copperhead Plus. That might have been the vacuum I've seen at. I think that might have been the hand vacuum I've seen at Wise. It might have been. But it is interesting. It has a straight suction nozzle. So I guess you could turn it to like an extension stick vac. So you could clean your bare floors with it. But I'm not sure how long it would take until the filter would get clogged. Considering I had a hand vac similar to these, but it was called a Dirt Devil Scorpion. They probably got clogged up really quickly. But yeah, that's this page. I'm going to check out the next page. And I'll probably get another video started on that. So I'm kind of on a roll with these videos. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to upload this. And I'm going to check out the next catalog video thing to make for the next video. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.